bad way. But I will talk about it because I've been talking about this. I've been talking about this for a while, and I see it keep occurring over and over and over. And I want to shed a little bit of light on it, and also shed a light on it for myself too, my purpose, and for me to take the same advice, which I'm doing so the best as I can. So apparently, you guys have seen in the news where Lieutenant Stitchy are in a conditional where they said that he need financial support for a medical procedure that he's going under. I heard that kind of news. I heard that he's in a coma. I don't know which one is true, but from sources that I know, I get some qualification that a lot of it is true and some of it is not true. So it goes back again to come around to let people understand something about music. And then let artists also be aware of this. Now, I ain't no spokesperson. I ain't the best person in the world. I'm not a pastor, I'm not a deacon, I'm not a president. I am just speaking off of experience and also speaking off of what I know. Let me tell you something. Artists. I'm reaching out to artists and talking to artists, especially managers. Managers, I'm reaching out to managers. Managers that are managing artists. If you take up the responsibility to say that you're managing an artist, no, the artist may be stubborn and the artist don't want to listen or whatever it is, but as a manager, your duty and your job is to protect your artist, and your duty and your job is to make sure that your artist always be successful in life no matter what it is. Your duty and your job as a manager, that even if the artist is unruly, try to find a way, if you rate your artist and believe in your products, find a way to see if you can put a $20 away somewhere just in case of emergency. And as managers too, managers must do the right thing by the artist and do the right thing by themselves and do the right thing by music. Right? It doesn't make no sense you have an artist and an artist have #1 song after #1 song and there's nothing done, where their music is just all over the place and you cannot, under any circumstances, have any form of control or can say, okay, you did this or you did that or whatever it is. Having a lawyer as a manager, when you have a company, it is very important to have a lawyer that will represent you, will represent your brand and represent what you're about, and also protect you and protect your artists. Every artist is entitled to have a lawyer, and every artist is entitled to have their accountants, and every artist is entitled to have who they want to have around them. But it happens so much in our reggae industry where these artists make hits after hits that a lot of us that grew up on. And when you look into it, is that later on, if something happens, they don't even have the first dollar to assist yourself, whether it's a medical emergency or whether it's a situation where they reach up in a age and they need a little bit more. Remember this: no managers and no artist is gonna last forever. Means that death is promised to everyone, sickness is promised to everyone. And if we do not prepare for any of this or help others to prepare, then we're going to have a problem like what we're having in our industry now. Right? I can tell you this, artists make a lot of money. The money that artists make on a regular, the average person does not make that, not even a year. As a matter of fact, an artist can make enough money, can make up to 100,000, 50,000, 60,000, 300,000. It's all depend in 2 days. If they're a good artist and they have hits after hits, they could make thousands of dollars. Money that some of you have never seen in your life, and it will take a lot for you to even see that money. No, it's for a manager and for an artist to take responsibility of his finance and also make the right decision. Once you're an artist and you're making thousands of dollars, the first thing you should do as an artist is make sure that you have an account secure, that you can put some money inside of it. Because remember this, being an artist or being a manager, you are your own boss, you're independent, and you are your own retirement. You have make a decision that you want to go on your own and do whatever it is necessary for you to do, right, to survive. So therefore, you must follow all the rules and follow everything of preparing yourself as a manager and as an artist. Therefore, if you're an artist and your manager give you money for your shows them, you should at least take at least on 5,000, 10,000 and invest it into something that's going to turn around. You may not cannot invest in a lot of things, but invest into something that later on, if worse come to worse and music goes down, you can turn around and say, all right, me have 5 houses, me can sell one to get me some bread. That means I can survive. If you take all your money as an artist and as a manager and spend it off on girl pitney and champagne and gold, I mean, if you buy gold and you're buying it for investment and you're going to keep it, you know, so gold go up and gold go down and all that, that's an investment. It's like you're buying a house, right? Anything that you buy must can give you back the return 20 times or 10 times more than what you pay for it, right? No. Like I learned something from a young man yesterday. I went to the clothing store. He said anything he's buying, if he cannot buy 10 times and 10 times, he's not going to buy it. I mean, he cannot afford it, right? No. Going out as an artist and as a manager and encouraging your artists or pushing your artists to buy champagne, book expensive hotel, fly up and down in a first class, do all of these manners of things, is gonna hurt their pocket at some point if they do not put their money to use, if they do not make the right decision. If they do not do that, it's gonna becomes a problem. It will comes a problem later on, and artists must remember this. Once manager gone, manager not only leaving, if they're a good manager, they're leaving with something. And as a manager, you must make sure that your artists leave with something and set up your artists as a business and set up your artists that they can be independent. An artist don't supposed to leave from around you as a manager and they don't have any good thing to say about you, or you didn't set them up where they can say, all right, well, John bro make me buy a car. John bro make me buy a piece of land. John bro make me buy one bicycle. You should always leave your artist, or your artist should always leave you where both of you benefit from the business some form of way. And at the same time, as a manager, you don't take an artist's money and go buy one car or buy one house or buy a piece of land and you know buy the artist something. The artist should benefit because your artists are the breadwinner. Right? And the fact that the artist is a breadwinner and all that, you have to make the right decision. When you look at a situation as for skip or go on. When you look at skip, you're financially alright, you don't have money problem, you have all percents. People may see and feel say you have sense. You have a lot of sense and all that. You got your shit together, and as we work together, we're learning from each other and we're improving from each other. So you're good. You understand? Yeah. When you don't take Skip Life a joke. Skip Life is a player fool forgets why I like it broke. He ain't broke people. Tell him to go on that toes that. Beg my toes that I get told right now. Anyway. Now. There's nowhere that a person like you tell and Stitchy would make so much money in the industry. And it at a situation now where they're looking for $100,000. $100,000 US. So you're telling me that the manager, the person that was in charge, the woman that was around, the wife, or nobody put anything as an investment that they could turn around? You're telling me that he don't have a house that they could take some equity out of it? You're telling me that he don't have a piece of land that you can take a loan against the land if it's possible? You're telling me, right, that none of this is in place? 100,000 is a lot of money, and to some it may be not a lot, but you're telling me that there's no family member, and I get to understand that he's married, right? He's still married same way. So, and I heard that he owned properties. That's what I heard. I don't know what truth it is. However, when if an artist is asking for $1 million, or if an artist is asking for 300,000, 500,000, I could understand. But if an artist is gonna ask for 20,000, 50,000, and 100,000, for example, then something went wrong along the road that you cannot tell me. Artists make a lot of money off a dub plate. A lot of money artists make off a dub plate. An artist can make $10,000, $20,000 on a weekend off a dub plate only, not even talking about shows. For an artist to make $10,000, you could make $10,000 like in less than 20 minutes. Less than half an hour, you make 10,000. You could make $30,000 in one day. Why this guy choose to come now? So much money you can make being an artist. But one of the problems that, and you know, the other day, I think I was saying something to my DJ or somebody. For example, I noticed a lot of Jamaican artists use the word to say that they are rich. And they're the artist thing. And how good they're doing. And all of that. And they're running the whole world. They have number one song from Billboard. They have how much car, how much Bentley, how much range, how much jewelry and all of that. But they still travel on a regular commercial airline with everybody else. They still travel on a regular airline. I'm talking about everything in one, you know. So now you hear me go back and forth. They still travel on a regular airline. They're still traveling in mini first class. Them still traveling in coach. They're still traveling in regular first class. I do not see one of these Jamaican artists buy one little plane or buy one little helicopter. One thing I can tell about a lot of the American artists, them are going to say they make more money than them. Some of them buy one little plane, whether it have a good engine or not, or they buy one little helicopter or something to carry themselves around. These Jamaican artists are making thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. And as an artist, when you're making thousands of dollars, burn your belly. Take a piece of money and go buy one piece of land somewhere. Don't matter if I up in a one bush or up a goat and cow there. Go buy a piece of land up there. Because that piece of land that you pay 5,000 right now, maybe end up can sell for 50,000 or 100,000. And next few months from now. You never know. A lot of Jamaican artists like to squander their money and do all kind of other manner of all kind of things. No, I'm not saying that's what he did now. I'm just holding a conversation. Don't get me wrong. I'm just speaking on a general. Because it's not just him alone are seeking money. There's other artists. A lot of Jamaican artists take their money and buy $300 and $250 and $400 bottle of champagne and dash it on ground. A lot of artists take up them 1,000 and them 2,000 and just give it to a woman for some pum pum. A lot of Jamaican artists are just going to just rent luxury place and rent luxury car just to walk and show off and all of that. And at the end of the day, let me tell you something. It's when I come into this industry, it's when I get into this industry fully, I realize and I understand how many Jamaican artists that want to glorify to the date that broke and pauperized. It's when I come in this industry fully, I get to understand how many Jamaican artists who want to glorify and praise who are broke and pauperized. And you'll be surprised the name of these artists that want to see day by day in jewelry and clothes, on Instagram and shows after shows. And they can't even pay rent for somewhere. Them don't live nowhere good. They don't live anywhere good. As a matter of fact, some of these Jamaican artists meet these girls on the road and put these girls in a luxury apartment and them don't have an apartment. Them buy these girls the most expensive human hair and 24-inch and 30-inch and all of that. And they do not live anywhere and they would not spend some money on themselves. A lot of these Jamaican artists that I know that are in this predicament right now who don't have a dollar and they make millions of dollars. Millions. What I mean millions, let me tell you something. If a Jamaican artist who have hit song after hit song tell us that he make 50 million in 1 year, don't doubt him, believe him. Music is like drugs money. I always use this word, it's like drugs money. The money is there so much to make that after a while, if you don't realize and all of that, the money becomes like a regular life in front of you where you don't care anymore because you can get the money anytime you want to get it. And I don't understand how a manager would manage an artist and you don't set up your artist or have your artist start to think about investing in real estate or investing into something that will benefit them later on instead of invest their money into Erie Bank. You can't invest your money in a Erie Bank. You know why? Erie Bank is not for you. It is for you and for somebody else and somebody else and somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. It's not for you. So when you invest all your money in Erie Bank can move on to somebody else and your investment gone with Erie Bank, and that Erie Bank is getting another investment that is going on top of their investment, and you still there behind a cost and a complaint and I say, boy, the woman this and the woman that and all, when it's you put yourself in that predicament. It is a shame and disgrace to see that some of these artists who have benefited so much and make so much money don't never take a dollar and buy a full cup. You know, years ago, I was in a situation where I could not even find a dollar. I could not even buy gas for my vehicle. I was in a situation where I could not even pay my car payment. I was in a situation where I can tell you what it feels like and how long it takes for the Motor Vehicle Commission to send you a letter to tell you that, okay, you must present your insurance paper to them as they're going to cancel your registration. I know about all of that. I can tell you what it feels like to not pay your car payment, and it's coming down to that time where if you not pay it, they're going to repair your car. I know what it feels like. And when you go through those things in our life and you look, you sit down and you look within yourself and say, no, happen now. Something got to go. You find yourself in a situation where you have to take up your life in your hand and make decision that you can save $1 over there. So, because you know the most beautiful thing is when you know say you save $1 and you run into problem and you can go dry it and you don't have to borrow from nobody. Because people gonna say, well, you was the biggest and you was that. Where did your money go? And you do not want nobody to embarrass you, so you must always try to prepare. Meet them somewhere along the road, even if you want $1. Right? And you only have 50 cents. You should have something to put to the table. That means that you can meet them. I do music. I do management. I'm up and down traveling the world. I'm still doing my construction. Still doing my construction same way. I still have people working for me same way. I still move scrap metal same way. I do all the things that I need to do because guess what happened? You cannot depend on one thing. You have to depend on more. Right now, I'm actually pulling up a job. Just pull up on my job site where I talk to you now. These artists find themselves in situation all the time where they don't invest their money and they invest it in a woman and invest it in a foolishness, and when something happens, they can't find all of the people. Sorry. I pull up on my job site. I just built a garage. So they're doing the roof for me today, so I'm going to come check them out. Hi, how you doing? Why me there talk to him and say that there's a garage your man do for me. I'll show you the garage what I'm doing.